It's not uncommon for a Geometry Dash level to cause some division within the community. Even some of the game's most popular, most replayed levels will leave some room for hate. But there was once a time where a level that was intentionally made to be frustrating to play was given an official rating by RobTop. And I'm not talking about Love Baba or even the infamous Generation Retro. This level was hated to its core, with the creator's already bad reputation in the community being a strong factor in forming one of the biggest, most jealous, and most toxic hate mobs that we've ever seen in Geometry Dash. It's important for you to understand that the creator mentioned, Boy of the Cones, was already somewhat disliked in the Geometry Dash community. In the early 2.0 days, he was known for creating the poorly received level Catabath and hacking its verification. The hate began when the level was given a rating by RobTop, and it's unknown whether this rating was intentional, but with many considering the level to be an absolute mess, it made Boy of the Cones the punching bag of the GD community. To try and rebuild his reputation, Boy of the Cones would go on to apologize to the community members that he upset. He promised to start putting in some effort to become a better player to verify his next project after Catabath, a new and improved sequel to the now infamous predecessor. It was eventually verified legitimately and was a massive visual improvement compared to Catabath, however many still felt that it wasn't rate-worthy. After its eventual rating, Boy of the Cones would face even more backlash than before, with many claiming that he was simply a favorite of RobTop, and that RobTop's bias towards Boy of the Cones was a disgrace to the unknown creating community.
RobTop seems to have a strange soft spot for Coneboy like he doesn't with any other player, and the two have bantered on stream on more than one occasion.
This narrative is something that you should keep in mind, because surprisingly, these two levels are not in fact what I would consider to be the most hated levels in GD history. Early into Update 2.1 is where the hate mob truly begins. In late 2017, Boy of the Cones was doing some streaming on Twitch, when RobTop himself joined and began chatting. Boy of the Cones asked RobTop one question that would change everything. If he were to make a level that consisted of nothing but straight fly, would RobTop consider rating it? To his surprise, RobTop had agreed under one condition. The level had to look good to make up for the terrible gameplay. It was on. He gathered two talented creators, Luxo2 and Castrix, to decorate a layout consisting of 1 minute of nothing but straight fly and a few transitions. There isn't really much more to say about it other than the fact that the level actually ended up visually turning out pretty decent. And on October 15th, 2017, Boy of the Cones officially verified Buff This. His joke idea had turned into reality, and it was all up to RobTop to determine whether the level was good enough to rate. Upon upload, we saw criticism from even some of the community's most influential people. It almost seemed that if Buff This actually got rated, it would start war in the GD community. And a war it became when Buff This was given a star rating by RobTop as he promised. Initial reception was expected. The level, till the present day, has managed to maintain an unsurprising 3.9% like-to-download ratio. The part of the community that seemed to be most affected by this devastating tragedy was the community of unknown creators. In Geometry Dash, including in today's age, there is always harsh criticism on the rating system, with people saying that most levels that are rated and given attention are levels by already famous creators, and levels that unknown creators are pouring effort into are being ignored, giving these creators a little opportunity to shine. This created some sort of victim, jealous mentality in some, and many of these toxic people began leaving incredibly hateful messages through YouTube and in-game comments. Many players playing on 60 Hz were also triggered by the situation. If one wanted to improve their straight flying ability, a 144 Hz display was strongly recommended, as it allowed the game to run smoother by allowing for more accuracy to the player's input. A rated demon level that consisted of a minute of straight flying was considered a middle finger to the face of 60 Hz players. RobTop was not safe from the criticism either. The past narrative that claimed RobTop had some sort of bias favoring Boy of the Cones was brought up yet again, and many players, especially the unknown creating community, took the rating of Buff This personally. with community figures like C speculating that the rating of Buff This was actually an intentional jab at the community by RobTop because of how mistreated he was by the game's player base at the time.
But the more important thing is to examine why RobTop no longer wants so much to do with us. When he's looking into the community, what does he see? Nothing but hatred and entitlement. The way the community has been acting, I wouldn't be surprised if he genuinely rated Buff This to piss everyone off as a sort of middle finger back to the dickhead community he's created.
But, as I mentioned earlier, when Geometry Dash drama comes around, there are always two sides. Even when majority hates, some stand tall and face the mob. One community member to come out and defend Boy of the Cones was commentary YouTuber Floroni, who is always respected for his well-made videos and his relaxed and honest personality. Floroni gave credit where due because the level itself did still require effort to put out. Apart from the gameplay, it wasn't some terrible looking slop level that took 5 minutes to make. The decoration was polished and nicely done, and it took Boy of the Cones 5,000 attempts to verify, quite a lot for a joke level.
The main reason why this level got hate is simple, because it was made and verified by Boy of the Cones. Now it's accumulated over 800 dislikes, more than my Despacito layout, which says a lot. But this really shows how toxic the GD community can be sometimes, and when people saw the haters of Boy of the Cones and a bunch of mindless idiots started hating as well, giving Cone Boy death threats.
Another community member to come out and defend Boy of the Cones, surprisingly, was none other than C. C, undoubtedly the most influential GD commentary YouTuber at the time, had expressed his frustration over the backlash, and played a massive part in standing up for Boy of the Cones against the insane and toxic hate mob.
He has been mercilessly hammered ever since he joined the community. He's not done anything wrong. He was not responsible for it being rated. He built a level and it got rated. He should not be getting things like death threats. If you're an unnoticed creator and you're upset about Buff This being rated, then I just have to inform you that the community doesn't owe you shit. If you're an unnoticed creator, get out there, start promoting yourself, start doing more, join mega collabs, enter creator content.
C was known for having a brutally honest and sometimes controversial and disrespectful personality, so it was somewhat refreshing to see some honesty and sense regarding the topic. People like C and Floroni allowed for the following shift in perspective. Yes, the rating of Buff This might have been unfair, but at the end of the day, it's all just a game. Although the game may mean a lot to so many people and to their creativity, it does not excuse behavior like online abuse and harassment, especially over something that wasn't in the creator's control in the first place. Buff This remains rated to this day and is remembered to be one of the most controversial levels in the game's history.
What's up, Boy of the Cones here. So recently there's been a lot of drama over Buff This. Now I wanted to say it's supposed to be a joke from the start, but a lot of people didn't get that. It's just been taken to another level over a $4 game. That's really what bugs me. Like, you guys can really grow up, and people saying that they want to quit or want it unrated, yeah, okay, I get it, you understand you want it unrated, but it's just a level and it's one creator point.